Alright, hello internet, the Punggol Handyman here. Today we have a set of switches and our customer has come to inform us that this particular one is faulty. So if you have a closer look, if I gently press down on this, it's very loose. But this one is stiff. So this one, he has been complaining that you can hear a sparking noise from inside the switch. And that's a bit dangerous because it can pose a fire hazard and or it may seize up altogether. It means that the wires on the inside or the contact points have loosened and there's some arcing that's going on. So we got to get this switch changed and I'll show you guys how to do it. So before we get into the video, do give me a thumbs up and there's a red subscribe button on the bottom right somewhere below here. Do click that, that will really help in the YouTube algorithm, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, there's a notification bell down there somewhere and just give that a click. So with that, let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is to switch off the circuit breakers because you don't want this to be live. If this is live, you risk getting yourself electrocuted. So there are two ways to do this. This is your circuit breaker. You can turn off the mains at the main switch, which is this big one, or the RCCB. Okay, you can turn both of them off, you're not sure, but this would inconvenience everyone in the house. You want to avoid that, you can turn off one of the smaller ones, and to do that, what you're going to do is you turn on the switch, the affected light, and you slowly shut them off one by one until the light turns off, and you'll know you've got the correct circuit breaker. So we'll go through doing that method. So now that we've turned off the power to the switch, okay, you can give it a few clicks. The lights that it's connected to do not turn on. We can start removing the switch. So what the painters have done, right, is they have put a tape around the switch and painted over it. So as you can see, the paint rides up here. So what you want to do is you take a blade, and I've already started cutting here. You want to start cutting along the side of the switch. And what this does is it releases the switch from the wall, and when you pull the switch out, it doesn't create a big crack or start peeling your wall paint. You want to preserve the wall paint as much as you can. But when you get your house painted, please make sure that your painters do not do something like that, because that would make your switches really hard to change. What you want to do is to complete painting before putting on the switch plate. But in this case, if you want to change your switch, do cut around the switches first before you remove the switch. So just go around the perimeter really carefully with the blade, and before taking the switch out. So once you've got that done, you've gone all around with the blade, you can start by putting a test pen or a screwdriver in the side, okay, and you lift the switch panel up, okay, and there are two layers to the switch. There's the outer and the inner plastic. You just want to come right around the edge and pull the outer part out. See, that's the outer part of the plastic. You don't want to go all the way in and pull out the entire switch. You just want to remove the decorative cover. So you go in and you pull. Okay. If it doesn't work on the side, you can go from the bottom. And there you go. The cover just pops right out. So you can see, if I didn't cut the paint, all the paint would come up along with the cover. Then you stick your screwdriver into the side here, you pull it out, and this one as well. Okay. There are two screws over here. Before you do anything, do grab your test pen and have a look and make sure there's no current passing through the screws. And then, with a screwdriver, you can start removing them from the wall. So just give them a few twists. It should come out. There you go. Okay, now with this out of the wall, you want to figure out which one is your light switches and which one is your live, which one your light wires and which one is your live wire. So if we're going to have a look, these two on top, these go to the light. And the one at the back, this one, with this, this short wire here, this is your live wire. So you want to give it a test to make sure it's not live. So you can see my test pen, the LED is not lit up, so it's not live. You want to go and take out the live one first, as well as this small wire. That one's important, and I'll show you why in just a bit. So you get that out. And it's good practice just to mark out which wire is live. And I do that, my personal preference is just to grab a bit of tape and tape around the live wire. That's just to show that's the live wire. Okay, so I don't get it confused with the ones that go to the light. Alright, I have a replacement switch here. Remove the switches by prying them out with your screwdriver, and that would give you pretty much the same thing that you see on this end. Okay, there are two gangs at the back. This one says COM, and this one does not have any marking. So these two are your live terminals. You use your test pen and you loosen up the switches, the screws that are there. You just want to open them up like that so that your wires can go in. Then you grab the short wire, okay, and you link these two together. What happens here is you're linking the live terminals together, and when there's live power going into this switch, it will connect and supply power to this switch as well. And then, by turning on this or this switch, it will then power your light. So you want to give that a tighten with your screwdriver. You can choose either or. So I'm going to go with the harder to reach one, which is the one inside here. And then I'm going to grab my live from the old switch. Loosen that up. So I got my live here. Okay. And then I'm going to put a live into this terminal right here. The live comes in from the wall, it goes to this switch, and then it powers this switch. Okay? And I want to keep the switch arrangement the same. So this is up, it says top, this is up, and I want this light to be on this switch and this light to be on this switch. So I'm going to take them out one by one and connect it. And before you put everything back together, do give it a tug to make sure the wires are secure. You don't want to pull them out, but just gently tug them, and then slide the switch back. The new screws I've got are too short, so I'm just going to use the old ones. Okay, line them up first, and give them a tighten with the screwdriver. Okay, you don't want to go all the way in, just a bit, so that you could look into the gap while you line up the screw to the holes at the back of the switch plate. There we go. Okay, and then you tighten them. Now before you go all the way in, right, there is a bit of play. So you want to, at this point, you just want to align it with the rest of your other switches, get it in the right position, and screw it tight. Not too tight, just want it firm enough so that it doesn't move around when you're flicking the switches. Finally, you get your switch plates, stick them on. They just click into place with a bit of pressure. Oops. This one goes here. There you go. And your new cover. There we go. So as you can see, if the painter had removed the cover before painting it on, it would have saved a lot of time, and you won't have this around your switch once you're done. So in the future, when you're painting your house, do remove this part, paint around here, and then put this on. And like that, you would have a very nice switch cover. I'm going to turn on the circuit breakers, and we'll test if it works. So we've done it. That's how you change out a simple switch. This is a 2-gang switch. It's the same concept for 3-gang and 4-gang switches. It's really simple. All you do is daisy chain the common terminals together to give all of them power. Don't mix up your wires, and it should be easy peasy. Really simple. Don't forget to trip your house, and please be safe at all times. If you like that, do give me a thumbs up. Okay, subscribe, share it on all the social media platforms. Leave a comment if you have any questions you want to ask, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.